Hi guys, Ancient Warrior. Welcome back to Prepping USA. If you like what you hear here, hit the thumbs up. And if you don't, oh well. And if you want to be the first kid on your block to know what craziness I'm going to be talking about next, hit that subscribe button and hit the little bell icon. Well, who's helping who now? I guess you got by the title of the video that I'm starting to do some big questioning. You see, folks, yesterday afternoon, the Washington Examiner, New York Times, both had stories where good old brother Vladimir Putin was touting how much the modern day Democrat Party looks just like the old Communist Party of years ago. There we go. How's that possible? The enlightened ones, the Democrats, are acting just like the Communist Party of the 50s and 60s. And Vlad ought to know because he was part of it. He was a KGB officer. We're going to discuss more and more into this in future videos. But, folks, coming up to early voting and to the presidential election of 2020, we're going to see a lot of crap going on. Sorry about that language, folks, but we're going to see a lot of things happening that we've never seen before. Or have we? And you're just not putting two and two together. 2 and 2 is still 4. And 1 and 1 is still 2. That was a quick math test for you folks. Good. Good. Coffee's good. Okay, a little nuts, but why are we talking about this? President Putin of the Russian Federation, or as I would have called him, the Supreme Soviet, is touting how much they're praying for a Joe Biden, a Nancy Pelosi. Because let me tell you something about Donald J. Trump. The Chinese are praying that Trump loses, and they're doing everything they can to help him. Guys, I'm telling you right now, you need to be stocked. You need to have grocery stock from floor to ceiling. You need to have bottles of water stacked from floor to ceiling. You need to have water filters. I don't care if they're Life Straws or Sawyer Minis or Aqua Filter sport bottles, or a combination of one and all, or a big Berkey, or all of it combined. I don't care. Get water bricks. Get them put in place. Why are we talking about this, folks? everybody that I'm associated with who are law enforcement or intelligence in any form or fashion, and believe me, some of the big companies have better intelligence officers than local law enforcement has. One guy that I go to church with caught me the other day, and he said, I've watched a few of your videos. He says, you're off mark about 2 degrees. He says, I'm going to help you get on mark. Now, I didn't think the guy really cared for my company, but it helps him get his message out to people. We're going to talk in the next month, in the next, 3 weeks. This is being filmed October the 8th. So by the end of October, we're going to have gone over quick meals, 2 of the most underrated survival foods, and then we're going to go over communications and other things. We've got to do it, folks. We've got to be prepared. If we're not prepared, then there's a problem. I've got an elderly gentleman who I'm friends with that I have got to get a set of radios to so that we can communicate. Now, let's talk. What are we going to talk about, folks? Let's talk about why we need to be doing this.
Penny to get you a great...
I got folks fixing to walk down the side of the car, and I want it to be... Don't want them being involved in this video. Okay. So what are we talking about when it comes down to it? We have got to be 100% ready. Now, I doubt any of you are Rambo. Hell, Rambo wasn't even Rambo when he was Rambo. I want you all to be thinking animals. Be that guy who not only looks around and knows what's going on, but is paying enough attention to be able to avoid problems before you get to them. If you've got to run down and buy you a pair of cheap mini binoculars to carry in the car, do it. Because if the rioting goes on that they're talking about, starting somewhere in the end of October into the elections to scare people, then traveling around towns may be a problem, and you may need to see. My eyes are not quite what they used to be. Even if I was to have RK or LK surgery, whatever it is they do to your eyes, to where you don't have to wear glasses, still wouldn't give me the eyesight that I had back when I was in my 20s. So, who's helping who in this deal? Well, with everything going on, it sounds like to me the Russians are actually trying to help the Democrats. And they've been a friend of the Democrats because Nikita Khrushchev, old Nicky, told us without a second thought they would take this country over without firing a shot. And now we know how that's coming about. The de-education of our young people. You know, when the left calls people like you and I fascists, I have to be reminded that I'm pro-life. I believe every baby should have a chance. If you're gonna do the deed, at least let the baby live. And the problem here is, I kind of looked at it here a while back. I think they said we've done almost 100 million abortions in the last 5 years. 20 million a year. Now, how accurate those numbers are, I don't know. You know, I use Google just like everybody else. Folks, that's way more than what? That's almost 3 times more than the Nazis killed in Germany. That's more than what Stalin killed in Russia. That's more than what was killed in the purge of China. So, if you start questioning things, here's what you need to get in your mind. Who is all this evil and uproar helping? Because it sure ain't helping the common man. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, this was just kind of a rant, a half-hearted rant today, because I just can't believe what I'm seeing in this country. And it's heartbreaking to know that Khrushchev was right. I always said, and so did many members of my family used to say, can never happen. Red Dawn would have to happen. You know, that movie from 1984. Patrick Swayze, Charlie Sheen, a bunch of other really cool people. With that being said, folks, have a good day. Have a blessed day. Pray for your neighbors. And remember, it's better to have and not need than need and not have. I'm the Ancient Warrior, and I'm out.